A very good morning to you all. To begin this day of remembrance and academic reflection, let us first extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, respected faculty members, dear students, and renowned guests present here. Today is indeed a special occasion for the Department of Physics at Maitreyi College. We are gathered here for the ninth Dr. Savita Datta Memorial Lecture, organized in commemoration of the 71st birth anniversary of our respected founder member and former principal Dr. Savita Datta, an inspiring academician, a devoted leader, and the guiding force behind the growth and success of our department as well as our college. We are indeed privileged to welcome Professor A.K. Pandey, our distinguished speaker for the day, along with our Vice Principal Ma'am, Professor Jyoti Singh, the teaching and non-teaching staff from various departments, and our dear students. We are also honored to have among us Ms. Sangeeta Kalia, the younger sister of Dr. Savita Datta. We also welcome the family members and close associates who joined us online. May I request everyone to kindly join me in applauding and welcoming our deemed guests. As per tradition, we invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom and learning, to guide and inspire us. I now invite our distinguished guest, Vice Principal Ma'am, our retired and senior faculty members, to step forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. I also request the audience to please rise and be part of this auspicious commencement. Two, one, go. हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। स्वर्ग की देवी संगीत तुझसे हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे तू स्वर्ग की देवी संगीत तुझसे हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, तेरी शरण हमें प्यार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। We now invite Professor Jyoti Singh, along with the teacher in charge of the physics department, Professor Shalini Lampalwar, to felicitate Professor A.K. Pandey. I now request Dr. Hitash to come forward.
All offer a big round of applause to honor him. It is nice to invite our Vice Principal, Professor Jyoti Singh, to address the gathering and share her words of wisdom.
Star and very good morning to one and all present here. I am privileged and honored to welcome our very special guest and speaker of the day, Professor A.K. Pandey founder, Vice Chancellor, and Pro-Chancellor of Mansarovar Global University, Bhopal. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. I also extend heartfelt thanks to Ms. Sangeeta Kalia, younger sister of Savita ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Veena Mishra, Dr. Sadhna Pandey, to be with us on this special day. I would like to congratulate our colleagues, Professor Poonam Juneja, Professor Ritu Dhingra, Professor Shalini Lom, and all the other members of Physics Department to organize the Savita Memorial Lecture today on her birth anniversary. Uh, Savita ma'am was truly a visionary leader, a great academician, and very inspiring personality. She was a charming personality. And during her leadership, our college started its growth. And we kept on achieving new heights, and we received star status, also prestigious star grant during her tenure from Government of India. There are several stories which I can share with you all, but एक story है जो मेरे लिए बहुत special है और वो मैं जरूर share करना चाहूंगी. I was being made departmental coordinator at that time, and we were supposed to organize activities under Star College scheme. And I approached Savita ma'am with the idea to organize a one-day symposium for inter-college one-day symposium for undergraduate students, showcase their research. And friends, that was a time when undergraduate research in college was at very nascent stage. And ma'am said, ma'am refused. Ma'am refused firstly, and she said, Jyoti, aim high, think high, apply for the grants. International conference. एंड होता है ना कि जब हम जाते हैं और हमारे किसी प्रपोजल को मना कर दिया जाए तो हमें लगता है कि पता नहीं मैम ने क्यों मना कर दिया बट उसके बाद फिर मैं भूल गई बट मैम नहीं भूले she called me and she sent a notification to me wherein UGC has asked for the proposals from colleges to apply for the grants. तो हम भूल सकते हैं but she was a visual leader, she didn't forget about it, and she motivated me to write a draft proposal, and we actually received grant not only from the UGC but also from ICMR. We received 50,000 at that time when colleges were not receiving grants for any organization of the conferences. So yes, we are very thankful to her insightful leadership. Professor A.K. Pandey ji is with us, and मैं उनके बारे में भी ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि not Many people here know कि सर हमारे साथ बहुत closely associated थे, बहुत strongly associated थे. Sir was a member of the governing body and honorary treasurer. And during his tenure, we applied for the accreditation from NAC, and we received NAC AA grade during his able leadership and guidance. And sir शायद भूल गए होंगे, but जब सविता मैम ने इंटरेक्शन रखवाया था हमारा सर के साथ पूरी फैकल्टी मेंबर्स का पूरे कॉलेज के, and I was sitting in the second row और इंटरेक्शन चल रहा था, and मैं अपना नोट पैड लेके बैठी हुई थी, and I was jotting down each and every point which sir was telling us. And interestingly, same note pad I was sitting on the day of the interaction when we had interaction with the peer team. And to my surprise, जो हमें नेट peer team ने बोला, सर ने हमें पहले अपने उस interaction में बोल दिया था. So thank you so very much, sir. And for the younger generation, of course, I would say that there is immense responsibility that lies ahead of you. Responsibility to nurture, to educate, and empower the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and change makers. With these words, I would like to congratulate once again to the entire team of Physics Department to have this, to organize Savita Datta Memorial Lecture. And thank you once again.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your inspiring address. We now move to a very special part of today's program, a presentation on the remarkable life and contributions of Dr. Savita Datta. She was not only the founder member of our physics department, but also served as the principal of Maitreyi College, leaving behind an enduring legacy of academic excellence, mentorship, and visionary leadership. I now invite Dr. Prajulit Shikha to share with us the life journey of Dr. Savita Datta. May I also request all dignitaries on the dais to kindly take their seats in the front row to witness this presentation. Have gathered here today just to remember, to celebrate the extraordinary life of Dr. Savita Datta. She was a scientist, a visionary principal for generations. She the lights of success perfectly reflects her journey, and passion for excellence. As we know, take inspiration from her very spirit. Let this lecture just a carry the vision forward. Dr. Datta was very highest valuation and encouraged her to think hard, and never stop learning. The supportive upbuilding gave her sense of purpose, defined her Her educational journey started. She completed city. Strong academic foundation, just a teacher of physics, but she encouraged students in science. She was not only a student who advised, she became the first woman prime minister of Indian college in 1925 and served as a minister in the student cabinets. She was articulate, her early experiences in leadership shaped her into the confident sons. Even while fulfilling her family, she pursued her academic passion, completing Dr. He exemplified how personal and expressed with grace. He joined he set up physics at the college. Her efforts built strong foundation for generations of students. She was promoted to position of her community excellence. She served on various committees of the college, academic study. She also participates in information technology, South Campus, and to teaching. Her early career was combined institutional with soon after, she returned to Maitreyi College. She held transformed structured and academic strength. Her excellence. She also served on several statutory committees of the city, admission, and just city. Her leadership stones. 16, she led the establishment of the girls' hostel, which is on campus. Star status for 4 science departments, production of PGD short-term skill courses in study center, CWeb center, science safety programs. She was always focused on academic standards. She personally coordinated the Star College scheme, faculty, teaching, and research. The new science block provides students with classmates. She, she believed education must be global. She led projects and education research initiative, workshops, and trains encouraged institutional exposure to culture for student faculty. From 2006 to 2000, she served as director campus of. She introduced 28 short courses, encouraged initiated projects, efforts connected of students. Her work such as outstanding contribution to 2017, Petunia Award 2000, distinguished higher education award 2004, Literacy Award 2003. These honors are treated excellence. Excellence to the academic. Faculty, staff, and sphere, fostering teacher. Dr. Savita Dutta also heart. Fact about her. She often expressed her thoughts through reflective writing. One of her poems, Cha or John, she times are connected. So I'm sharing this poem. भाषा और ज्ञान विज्ञान हिंदी पढ़ने लिखने चाहो क्या निष्क्रिय था तो क्या रुचि रखना ज्ञान से this poem shows, so I have not read the whole essence of it. This poem shows how she science and partners, and science as its human and inspiring. Dr. Sarita Dutta is a scientist of absolute human. Just in Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. After the moving tribute, we now continue the central event of the day, the ninth Dr. Savita Datta Memorial Lecture, which is held annually to pay tribute to her memory and contributions. In the past years, this prestigious lecture has been delivered by eminent personalities such as Professor Arun Bakshi, Chairman of the National Resource Center of Chemistry. We have had the honor of hosting some of the former Vice Chancellors of University of Delhi, Professor Deepak Painter, Professor Dinesh Singh. Some of the other dignitaries who have delivered the memorial lecture include Professor Sanjeev Gupta, Joint Director, University of Delhi South Campus, Professor Mridula Gupta, Professor Inakshi Sharma, Dr. Shikha Sharma, etc. It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker for this year, Professor A.K. Pandey. Before that, I would like to inform the students that an interactive session will follow the lecture. You are encouraged to ask the questions and the best questions will be awarded. Professor Arun Kumar Pandey is the founder, vice chancellor, and presently pro-chancellor of Mansarovar University, Seoul, Bhopal. Dr. Pandey is former professor of botany and dean of colleges, University of Delhi. Professor Pandey has more than 4 decades of research and teaching experience. He has carried out extensive research in the field of both traditional and molecular taxonomy, medicinal plants, plant reproductive biology, biodiversity conservation, and ethnobotany. Professor Pandey has described the 12 species new to science. He has published over 200 research papers and has authored 14 books. He has guided 35 students for the award of PhD degree. Professor Pandey is fellow of the National Academy of Sciences, India, and also a member of 16 national and international scientific societies. Sir has postdoctoral fellow at the Ohio State University, USA. He was awarded twice Base Fellowship at the Field of Museum, Chicago, USA. He was INSA visiting professor at the University of Vienna, Austria. Korea Research Institute of Bioscience and Biotechnology, University of Munich, etc. And that visiting fellow at the Technical University of Munich, Germany. Sir is recipient of several awards and recognitions, including Professor Shaligram Sinha Memorial Award, Biodiversity Lecture Award of the National Academy of Sciences, Professor V. Puri Medal of the Indian Science Congress Association, Professor Y.S. Murthy Medal, Professor Panchanan Dineshwari Medal, Professor V.V. Sivarajan Medal, Professor Y.D. Tyagi Medal of the Indian Association of Angiosperm Taxonomy, Professor Birbal Sahni Centenary Savitri Sam Foundation Medal, and Professor D.D. Pant Medal of the Society of Bionaturalists. Dr. Pandey has been the president of Indian Botanical Society, Indian Association of Angiosperm Taxonomy, Plant Science Section of the Indian Science Congress Association. Currently, Sir is president of the East Himalayan Society for Spermatophyte Taxonomy. Professor Pandey served as the member and honorary treasurer of the governing body of our college, Maitreyi College, from 2014 to 2016. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a prominent speaker, Professor A.K. Pandey, to deliver the lecture 2025. The title of today's lecture is Wild Harvest to Conservation, the Future of Medicinal Plant Biodiversity. Medicinal plants in healthcare linking traditional and modern medicine. Let us all listen attentively, learn deeply, and be inspired. Welcome you, sir.
यार I think I should talk from that side. तो लाइट जलने दीजिए, सारी लाइट Good morning to all of you. Professor Jyoti Singh ji, Professor Poonam ji, Sangeeta Kalia ji. I am happy to see the senior professors whom I met during my visits to this department, Dr. Veena Mishra ji, Dr. Sadhana Pandey ji, and many other colleagues, distinguished faculty members. Many of you maybe new to this college, recently appointed, and also senior persons, and dear students. Well, Ritu is also known to me since long. And that when Dr. Poonam ji approached me for delivering Dr. Savita Datta Memorial Lecture, in the beginning, I was hesitant. The reason was, although I was associated with this college and Dr. Savita ji since long, but since this program was of the physics department, and I am a person of plant sciences, and I thought that what I will be speaking in about the physics. So, but since past 2-3 years, Poonamji was approaching me for delivering this lecture, and this time I accepted the invitation. I'm greatly honored by the invitation extended by the faculty members of and the administration of this department. Today, somehow, Professor Haritma Chopra ji is not here, although I knew her since long. As far as this memorial lecture is concerned, earlier I was thinking that I should talk something related to other aspects, but finally I thought that there should be a topic which should concern everyone sitting in the audience. Then how the slide will be changed? It is a great privilege for me to deliver this memorial lecture. When I was in the governing body of the Maitreyi College, I was closely associated with Professor Savita ji, and despite her ill health, she was very active whenever there is a governing body meeting. She was always talking about how there should be more and more improvement in the college. And during her principalship, college reached the height which now you know that NAC has also accredited this college at A grade. Earlier it was A plus plus. So she was such a noble person that she was having all the qualities of a perfect human being. Whenever I used to come to college, she always told me that our science building is coming up, we need more. And I was also the honorary treasurer of the governing body. So she was thinking how we can have more and more funds to complete the science faculty in this building. And also about, she was more concerned about the girl students who were coming from different parts of the country. That there is, at that time there was no hostel, and she was always in the governing body insisting about the construction of girls' hostel and many more other infrastructure development. And as we have just seen the presentation about the life and work of Dr. Savita Datta, I will not go into the details, but I must say that she was a devoted teacher, a mentor for the students, even for the faculty members, and she was, as we all know, a distinguished physicist and an institution builder, and where she was principal for an year in Deshbandhu College or the principal of the Maitreyi College. We know the developments. I am the witness of the developments in Maitreyi College during principalship. And she was a great inspiring leader, I must say. And I met her even when she was critically ill. I visited her at her residence at that time. And at that time also she told me that, Professor Pandey, we need more and more support, grant support, and also all sort of support for the development of the Maitreyi College. So you can think that even at that time, when she was critically ill, she was thinking about the welfare activities and all aspects of the development of the college. So I have great respect for her and I pay my respectful and heartfelt tribute to the Professor Savita Datta. Now, when I was thinking about the topic, I thought that it should be such that everyone is concerned about health and everybody sitting in the audience, we all are concerned about our health, especially the senior people as well as the young students. We try to have more and more yoga exercises, going to gym, or many other exercises related to health. But at the same time, we need some medicines also. And we all know that our ancient system of medicine is Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is almost in India, it is being practiced since past 5,000 years. You can imagine. And at that time, allopathic system was not there, and then people were dependent on the herbal medicines. And still today, after the corona, we all know that Gilori and ashwagandha that were in great demand. So the oldest books available of the Maharshi Charak and Susrut. Maharshi Charak was a physician. He was treating patients, not only sitting in his any clinic or anything, but he was moving around to village, because at that time there were not as far as transport is concerned. Nowadays, patients can come from far away distances, but at that time people were mostly living in the villages and we are not able to move out, especially when they were ill. So Mahasi Charak was moving around and helping the people, treating them with the herbs, with the herbal preparations. Whereas Susrut was a person who was a surgeon. And at that time, there were no operation theaters, no other facilities available. But he used to um, operate many different type of um, diseases, and if you go through these books, you will find that even at that time, how they started making some equipment, instruments for surgery. Today we are very particular about that, the, especially the conditions in the operation theater, the surgical items, seizures, everything autoclaved. But at that time there was nothing. So they used to put those iron instruments and in fire so that it becomes, there are no microbes on those equipments. Then last week on September 23, today is 30th, the Ayurveda Day was celebrated not only in India, but throughout the world also. And this year's theme was Ayurveda for people and planet. We all are living on this planet Earth. We have to save the planet. We have to save the people, and Ayurveda can play a very, very significant role in serving the society. Next. So we all know about the importance of medicinal plant, but why I have put these two photographs? First is a below and lower one is ashwagandha fruit and the root. We all know that during Corona period, the powder of below stem and also ashwagandha root that were in great demand. Even from our side at Mansoor, we 1 lakh packets of kadha. Kadha means a mixture, a powder of below, ashwagandha and other herbal drugs to treat corona. And that were freely distributed free of cost at airports, railway station, bus stand and everywhere. Because you know that during corona, many allopathic medicines were not working. This virus was so virulent that many people were dying in different hospitals or even at home. So Ayurveda played a very, very significant role, and these herbal medicines are not only in demand in India, but also throughout the world. If you go any of the stores in other parts of the world, you will find even the herbal preparations from India, they are in those stores. So whether they are safe or not, I will talk about later. So 70 to 80% of the people, they rely on traditional medicine. Especially if you go to tribal areas, even in Jharkhand area, Chhattisgarh area, or any other area, or even Odisha, you will find that tribals are treating patients with the help of herbs. And I would like to tell you a real story which I have witnessed, that when I was working on this medicinal plant flora of Similipal in Odisha, I found when we were staying there, we were informed that we are coming from Delhi, keep odomas, keep other things, because malaria is very prevalent in those forested areas. Then I was surprised to see that one of the son of range officer, he was suffering from malaria, and he was giving decoction of the Nictanthes, Harsingar. We know the Harsingar leaves. That was given to the son, and after 7 days, I was staying there in their guest house. I found that he was cured of malaria. Then I was surprised that even in tribal areas, they are treating patients with the help of many herbal preparations. We don't know much about them. Next. So, what type of medicine should be there? What should be the qualities or properties? बहुत सारे योग अनेक विकल्पना संपचेत चतुष्कोयम उच्यते. Means the medicine, the plant should be available in plenty. If you are going to collect plant which has become endangered or threatened, that is not going to help. And it should not be used for preparation of medicine. So it should be available in plenty. It should have therapeutic properties. He said it should have some properties for curing the disease. Can be derived in multiple forms. Means not only the powder form, but in liquid form, in decoction form, in any form it should be available. And then it should have strength for treating the different type of diseases. So even at that time, our rishis like Maharshi Charak, they were knowing everything about what should be the properties of medicine. Now, when we talk of traditional system of medicine, nowadays in new education policy, Indian knowledge system has been introduced throughout the country, and whatever literature is available in our literature, it should be included in the syllabus so that our students should know more and more about the whatever knowledge was available at that time. So in India, we have about 23,000 species, and out of that 7,000 are being used in the traditional medicine, and out of that 960 are traded in market, and there are 178 medicines where the supply volume is more than 100 metric tons per year. And in India, especially after Corona, a large number of manufacturing units have come up, taking the different type of medicinal plants for the treatment, making syrup or making tablets and other things. And then India is exporting about 128,000 metric ton of the herbal preparations to different parts of the world. Now, when we are using the medicinal plants, these two plants both are known as Brahmi, and both are used for enhancing the memory. I think students must be happy that, okay, here is a plant. If we chew the leaf of the plant, we can mug up everything in the book. But one has to be very, very careful. What should be the quantity? You take 1 leaf or you take 10 leaf. इसको पागल की दवा भी कहते हैं. So one has to be very, very careful before using any sort of herbs without the prescription or without the knowledge of the practitioner. So in ancient literature, it is mentioned as Brahmi. Now, which one is the real Brahmi? Whether it is a Central Asiatica, which is normally known as Manduk Parani, or Bacopa monieri. So one has to be very, very particular about that. If we are going to use this in herbal preparations, identification should be proper. And many times it happens that what manufacturing companies are doing, they employ someone, the person is going in the forested area, he is not or she is not a botanist, and taking a gunny bag, collecting plants. Somebody has told, oh, this plant you have to collect. Now he's collecting that plant along with other plants also, and ultimately that is going to affect the efficacy of the drug. And secondly, storage. Normally, if you cut any plant, if it is fresh, root or stem or any other part, and if you put it in gunny bag, and then if it is sent to the Khari Bauli, Delhi, where all medicinal plants are available, anybody can go and give, हमको अश्वगंधा दे दो, हमको सतावरी दे दो, हमको गिलोय दे दो, but whether that is correct गिलोय, ashwagandha or not? Who knows? So here lies the importance of the identification. Next. So the plants are being collected from the forest. 80% medicinal plants are being collected from the forested areas in India, whether it is Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, or any other area. Again, agents are there, they are supplying all medicine plants in bulk. You need 1 ton, 2 ton, 5 ton. I don't know from where these medicinal plants are coming. Many of them are not available. So, this, if you want to have the uniform chemical constituent, you have to use the correct herb, the correct plant, well identified. There are many medicinal plants which are being used. Take the case of Andrographis panicula, Kalmeg. Kalmeg, it is Ratta Shodhak. And there is a product in the market, Safi. Many people take Safi just to blood purifier. This is also blood purifier. When I visited tribal areas in their hatia, the local market, the tribal women were selling bundles of the plant of this Kalmeg, this one. Oh, last one. So I asked them why you are selling it. They told that just take it, boil it, filter, and then use as blood purifier. So even those tribal people, they are not educated, they don't know anything about Ayurveda or allopathic or anything, but they know that it is used for as a blood purifier. Similarly, there are Adhetoda or Lumbago, Swarsia. There are many medicinal plants which are being used. Again, the different type of plants, Costus or Gloriosa, Rauwolfia serpentina, Sarpagandha, we all know, Vitex, Gymnema sylvestre. So all these plants are being used in the traditional system. Next. So what will happen when they are wrongly identified? Then this may lead to serious repercussions, as these may be used for preparing the medicine for which they are not recommended. If the plant is not recommended for making medicine, what will happen? Instead of curing the disease, it may create certain other problems. Many times people say that, oh, somebody has told me to take the root of Punarnava. So, or drink aloe vera raw. No. Without, it should be properly prepared as a medicine, not as a raw. आप कच्चा लौकी पी लीजिए. नो. सवाल ये है कि जो चीजें कुक करने के लिए बनी है, इन कुकर बीट्स वी कुक मेनी वेजिटेबल्स. कुछ रॉ भी खाते हैं, हम खीरा खाते हैं, रॉ खाते हैं. कुक करने के लिए आपके पास पॉइंटेड गार्ड है, परवल है, कद्दू है. देयर आर मेनी which are not eaten raw. तो some are recommended to eat raw. तरबूज, खरबूज, ये सब we take raw. But we never take this bottle gourd or lauki as in raw. But sometimes it is recommended and people drink after mark. If you go in the morning walk in the different gardens and see outside the garden, there are people who are selling this lauki juice or karela juice and this juice and that juice. But one has to be very particular about drinking those things that may not be safe. May be safe, that's fine. Everybody is concerned about the health. But it should not be taken as that it may affect wrongly the system. I will cite two examples here. One is Rauwolfia serpentina. I think it is not. oh, on this screen, this will not work. Okay. So, on one hand, it is Sarpagandha. On the other hand, another Sarpagandha. In the forest, both belong to the same family. And instead of collecting the root of the real Sarpagandha, the roots of the, again, agents are moving around the forest and they are collecting the root of Tetraphila, another plant growing in the wild condition. And again, the problem is that in forested areas, I have been visiting forested areas and I found that this Sarpagandha was very, very common. But now, because of the taking out, digging the root is used. So, those whosoever is visiting and trying to get the Sarpagandha, they uproot the whole plant, cut the roots through the upper part of the plant, and then move away. But at the same time, I have seen tribal people. They are concerned about the conservation. Whenever they take the root of Sarpagandha or Rauwolfia serpentina, they leave some of the roots in that area, so that they will regenerate and again make the whole plant. So this is the tribal thinking. On other hand, we have our own thinking of over exploitation, over harvesting from the forested area, and that has resulted in that many of the plants are vanishing from their natural habitats. So even in Ayurveda, our Rishi Muni, they knew that some of the plants may be available in plenty, some may not be. So they suggested Pratini Dravya in Ayurveda, that means substitute drugs. So if this particular plant is not available, you can use other plant. So, but there was a caution that plant which you are going to use as substitute, it should have taste, should have quality, potency, post-digestive effect. These 4 conditions were there. That ras, it should be in those plants which are being used as substitute. But nowadays, we are doing any sort of adulteration, we are using any sort of plants. So, when we are trying to standardize the drug, you can see here the adulteration. In adulteration, what is happening? There may be deliberate adulteration. We know even in our spices, sometimes even काली मिर्च की जगह पपीते का बीज दे दिया. Both are similar. How you are going to identify? So there are many plants. So here, some people, for the economic benefit, they make adulterations or to make the product more attractive so that people can buy, and non-availability of the authentic plant. If they do not get the plant, then they will use something else. But sometimes it is unintentional also, that there is a confusion in the name. I mentioned about Brahmi, so there is a confusion in the name. Which one is the real one? Then lack of knowledge about the authentic plant. If somebody is going in the forested area not knowing more about the plant, what will happen? The person may take some other plant also. Then similarity in morphology or aroma, and then they may collect, and also careless collection, that you are collecting roots of Sarpagandha instead of you are collecting some other roots also. I will cite one example where this Vidam, which is used in the Ayurvedic system of medicine for depression or throat infection and obesity or skin diseases. So the upper one is the real one, but the lower one is used as substitute. Both are growing in the forest, and when it is fully mature, dried, how you are going to identify whether the seed of the Camellia ribes or Gerium cotton, which one is correct? Now here is a very interesting story. Some of the scientists of tropical Botanical Research Institute in Trivandrum. They were going in the Agastya Hills in Kerala for collection and information about the tribal people and collecting the plants, medicinal plants. And along with them, there were porters. Kani tribe is there. So Kani tribe porters were there. They were carrying the luggage of the scientists. After, when they were moving, after some time, the scientists, they were losing their energy, they are fatigued, or they sat at one place. Again, the Pani tribal people, they also kept their luggage and they went in the forest. Now the scientists were afraid. They have gone in the forest, what will happen? They may do anything to us. So, but after some time, the tribal came with full energy. And again, they were looking fresh. So, the scientists asked them, what you have eaten, what you have done, going deep in the forest. They, in the beginning, they did not tell. Later, the scientists told that, okay, let us analyze what you are eating. They were eating the fruits of this plant. Then, that was analyzed. And later on, I am giving you example of the benefit sharing. Out of that, this Jivani medicine was prepared, being sold in the market, and the royalty is going not only to the TBGRI, but also to the tribal people. So, we have to be very, very particular about IPR, intellectual property right. Whatever knowledge tribals have, if we are taking that knowledge, we should acknowledge, not only acknowledge, if it is being used for preparation of any medicine, then the share money royalty should go to the tribal also. So Kani tribes now, they are very happy, and they have a lot of money also, because this Jivani is being sold in the market, and it in Malayalam it is Arogya Pacha, it is known as Arogya Pacha. So the fruits are rich source of glycosides and glycolipids. And you can see here, immunoenhancing, anti-fatigue, anti-stress, and hepatoprotective drug. So you can think of that one plant, fruits, and ultimately it is not only that this fruits of this plant is being used, also ashwagandha is there, also satavari is mixed for making this medicine. Next. Now, when we see the Himalayan region, this is a storehouse of many, many medicinally important plants. There are about 280 medicinal plants, and which are being used by the pharma companies in India. And out of that, 175 are from Himalayan region. You can think that a large quantity of these plants are being collected from the forested area. So, in Indian Himalayan region, if you see, starting from the Ladakh, Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh to Nagaland, Manipur, and other areas, this Himalayan region is the richest repository of the medicinal plants. So, 50% of the total flowering plants which have been recorded in India are from Indian Himalayan region, and 10% flora is endemic. Endemic means confined to Himalayan region. They are not found elsewhere. So nowadays, most of the conservation biologists are thinking that how we can save these endemic plants found only in India, nowhere else. So also the region is rich in different types of. I will cite one or two examples. Pushkar Mool. This plant, the roots are used again from forested areas. The roots are cut and ultimately used. And it has, of course, phytoconstituents like inulin and elanolectrons. It is antiseptic, digestive, carminative, diuretic. There are so many properties in this plant. But again, this plant is becoming rare. Why? The reason is that the people are harvesting, over exploiting, and the plant is becoming rare. So again, there is a substitute for it, Dolomia castus. Another plant is there, belonging to the same family. They are being used. So you can imagine in our literature, how many vernacular names have been given. Paskura, Chiram, Jihan, Tirtha, Dhira, and so on. So again, there is a confusion that these vernacular names are there, and if somebody is going with these names, they may or may not be able to collect. Because local people, the older people may be knowing, but the young generation may not be doing anything, may not be knowing. Again, this Brahma Kamal, I think you might have heard about that. This entire inflorescence is cut and is taken to the Shiva temple for worshiping. शिव जी को प्रसन्न करना है तो फॉरेस्ट में ये जितने दिखाई दे रहे हैं लेफ्ट वाले लोग काटते हैं, ले जाते हैं, और जैसे आप यहाँ पर गेंदा, गुलाब और अलग चीजें शिव जी को धतूरा और बेलपत्र चढ़ाते हैं, उसी तरह से दे टेक these flowers and ultimately worshipping you. So what is happening? This plant is used medicinally, and here it is critically endangered. That means if we will not stop using this plant and taking from the natural habitat, this may become extinct from the nature. Another is extinct in wild. That is, again, this plant was common in Uttarakhand, other areas, Kashmir. Now people are cultivating it because it is extinct in wild. You won't find this plant. So there is a large scale cultivation of this plant by the people, because they know that whatever harvest is available, whatever roots are available, that will be sold in the market. Again, aconitum. In homeopathy, many people take aconitum. Medicines are there, globules and tincture is available. So in India, we have 26 species. There are so many aconitum species, and it is also very, very bitter. And these are being used on large scale in traditional system of medicine, and plants are in Western Himalayan region and also in Eastern Himalayan region. Both regions they are found. Even this Jatamansi or Berberis, even in homeopathy we know Berberis is given for different treatments. So you can see here neurotoxic, antidepressant, or even if you take the Berberis, gynecological disorder, osteoporosis. Nowadays, many people are facing the problem of rheumatism or osteoporosis, diabetes, jaundice, and so on. Again, podophyllum extensum. It is different names are there: Patwell, Papara, Lexginica, Bhavanabhatra, and so on. And this is again medicinally very, very important plant. Now, one interesting plant is ginseng, the revitalizer. Now, you can see just like a human body. And in India, medicines are being prepared from the ginseng coming from Korea and China. Korea is the largest supplier in the world. In India, Department of Biotechnology gave us a project to find out about what is the status of ginseng in India. And you can see the market of Korea, where large roots, rhizomes are available. Next. So again, anti-aging properties are there. So you can see it is not found anywhere except the northeastern region or even Sikkim and Darjeeling area, and all these 7 sister states, started from Meghalaya to Mizoram, Nagaland, and so on. when I visited Shillong, I found that a large number of plants of this ginseng was growing in Shillong Peak. Those who have gone to those areas, Shillong Peak people used to go and see. For 6 years, I was regularly visiting that area and found that every year the population was going down and down because people were uprooting, taking out the rhizome part, and the population was uh, vanishing, plants are vanishing from the natural habitats. So there is a need. After our research, we found that earlier it was written only one species there in India. We found 3 species. So until you go in the forested areas and do research, you will not be able to know what type of plants are there. You can see here there are 3 different rhizomes are there. So this is very, very important plant as far as India is concerned, and we need conservation of this plant on large scale. So when we take the raw material from the market, it should be properly, evaluated whether it has medicinal properties or not. So quality control is important, adulteration, substitution, improper storage. If you store the leaf, stem, leaf, bark, anything, you will find after some time fungus will grow. And again, that along with that fungus, the bark will go for the manufacturing. Like sonachal or other plants are there where we are using soap. There is a lot of confusion about the identity. So before taking any medicine, one has to be very, very careful, and it should be taken only from the standard pharma companies, not from any local brand or anything. So 2 or more plant species form the official drug in traditional system of medicine. One has to be very, very careful. And nowadays, technology is available. If we cannot identify or just see the morphology or see the similarity, we can go for the DNA barcoding and taking the plant, taking the DNA, making the barcode and see whether it is a real plant or not. So that is another way of identifying plants, whether they are real medicinal plants or substitute or adulterated. And even in Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia also, in India also, it has been being used. DNA barcodes are being, there is a library, and they have used this, and they have reported that a significant percentage of raw herbal drug in the market are adulterated. So even we are not saying as a plant biologist or as a person, but we know that correct identification is very, very important. Now here is one interesting plant. Many people, they are suffering from diabetes. And the cup of this plant, which is known as Vivasar, Indian kino tree, it has hypoglycemic anti-diabetic activity. Now, the water, these bowls are full of water. People keep it in the night. In the morning, they drink. So, how it is going to help? It is not that we should only drink the water and then we are free from diabetes. No. This helps. So, it is written that it is a supportive therapy that should not replace prescribed diabetes medicines. If you are taking metformin, glimepiride, or any medicine, you keep it taking it, but at the same time you can use this also, and the wood has different type of active phytochemicals, tyrosine, marsupial, and so on. So how it helps? Researches done by the people, they say that it regenerates pancreatic beta cells, improve insulin sensitivity, and also reduce blood glucose level. So this is a traditional. I just have included a slide to tell that there are traditional methods of curing different type of diseases. There are different type of plants available, but one has to be very, very careful. Next. So when we compare, is there some time? It is over. I can continue. So there are traditional applications and there are modern applications. Both are there. So traditionally we are using in the indigenous system of medicine, not only in Ayurveda, but also in Siddha, Unani, and others, domestic medical practices, herbal drugs. Even we are taking drugs. We take tulsi, we take adrak. So all these are traditional methods of curing cough and cold and other things. And then there are bioactive foods, herbal infusions. But on the other hand, modern applications are we are taking all the molecules from plant-based drug development and also making different type of synthetic drugs, different type of phytochemicals. Bioprospecting is there. Next. Here are some examples. In the title, it is like traditional medicine and modern medicine. How we are linking it. So here there are plants, and these plants, medicines have been prepared. Like for cancer, we have Taxol available in the market, and they have been taken from the Texas, two species of Texas, Bradyfolia and Baccata. Then anti-malarial, artemisinin, quinine, Syncona. We all know that whenever there is a malaria, we used to take the medicines. Then pain relief or cough suppression, alkaloids are there, morphine, codeine, अफीम का पाप जिसको कहते हैं. Then heart medications and digitalis renata, neurological atropine, scopolopine. So there are some examples. There is a long list from where the allopathic medicines are being prepared from the different type of plant. So we know that even the Catranthus roseus or Vinca rosea is growing in our garden also as an ornamental plant. But two important alkaloids, vincristine and vilblaxine, have been extracted, and ultimately medicine is being prepared and available in the market for the treatment of cancer. Now, if those plants are vanishing from the natural habitats, what we should do? What is our responsibility? Well, whether we are a student of physics, a student of chemistry, botany, zoology, any other branch, we all are concerned about our planet. We all are concerned about the conservation of biodiversity. Otherwise, if we start using all the plants, what will happen? In next generation, you are not going to get those plants for the treatment. So, species reintroduction in nature, whatever we are taking from forest or nature, we should reintroduce those plants in plenty. That's how we can maintain that, okay, we are harvesting, but again we are introducing plants also so that they can regenerate and they can grow in the natural habitats. I will cite one example. Everybody, most of the people take Chyawanprash. Chyawanprash is a common, you must say, a health tonic, I must say, especially during winters. And there are many manufacturing companies who are manufacturing this Chyawanprash. But whether you know that the plants used in Chyawanprash, they are not available. Many of them, except Amla. I had a project from Department of Biotechnology, and we were given the responsibility of producing 5,000 plants using traditional method, cutting, woody, layering, whatever method is there, or through tissue culture method, grow those plants and ultimately introduced in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh from in those areas so that they can survive in the natural habitats. Here if you see, there are orchids. Orchids are banned in collect if you are going to collect in the forested areas. Havenaria or Polygonatum is another plant, Lilium, Trapedium. So in Ashtavarga, which are important constituent of the Chyawanprash, these orchids have become very, very rare. From where they are getting? They must be using some substitute, some other plant in Chyawanprash. We are thinking that this is the real Chyawanprash. But I know that these plants are not available in plenty. From where they are getting the original plants. Next. So there is a substitute. The Meda, Mahameda, this Satavari roots are used. For Kapoli, Chhir Kapoli, Yasogandha roots are used. Then Riddhi, Diascoria roots are used. So the manufacturing companies, they are using instead of those original plants which were recommended by our Rishi Muni, they are using these are other plants also. Then this orchid, you can see there are a number of names given in Ayurvedic literature, Lakshmi, Mangala, Ratandar, Shrestha and so on. And then the tubers are used. So what people are doing, they are going in the forested area, uprooting the whole plant, taking out the root, throwing upper part of the plant, and then the population is dwindling, they're going down. So especially this is used in the blood diseases. There is another plant of Ashtavarga used in Chyawanprash. There is a threatened plant, it will vanish from nature. This way, from Uttarakhand area where we visited for collection of plant and ultimately we prepared large number of plants and again introduced in nature. Next. Here you can see that plant, we have grown it. You can see here we have introduced in the natural habitats. You can see here in different Devban or Jageshwar and other areas in Uttarakhand we have reintroduced those plants. Another important plant is Lilium polyphyllum, which grows near Kedarnath area. But again, it is very, very rare. It is not very common. And this, only few populations are there, Uttarakhand, Himachal and Jammu. And again, bulbs are revitalizer. Just like ginseng, it is also used. Next. So, we try to produce more and more plants to introduce in the, there are other plants also, I have just taken two examples. So, there is a threat. How many students have gone to Himalayan region? कोई हिमालय गए हैं? कोई नहीं गया है? कुछ जरूर गए होंगे, भले आप प्लान के उस हिसाब से नहीं गए हैं, आप घूमने नैनीताल, मसूरी, है ना, शिमला, कहीं तो गए होंगे, एक दो लोग गए हैं. तो है क्या कि नॉर्मली इफ यू आर नॉट ए पर्सन फ्रॉम बॉटनी, you will be interested only in flowering plant. बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है, बड़ा अच्छा फूल इसका लग रहा है ना, बड़ा अच्छा क्लाइंबर है. लेकिन if you are from that botany side, you will try to identify in those plants. But again, what is happening? Over harvesting. From nature, we human beings are responsible for this problem. Unsustainable wild collection. We are not leaving anything in nature. We are just taking out it. We have to see that the plants survive their habitat loss and degradation. Of course, we are responsible for making roads, dams, and the many plants are no, they are vanishing. No, many we know the Silent Valley. Silent Valley is in Kerala. And there was a proposal that there should be a hydroelectric project. At that time, many people from the society, they started agitation that there should not be any hydroelectric power project here, because there are a large number of plants which are found only, there are animals which are found only there. So if you make the area inundated with water, what will happen? Everything will vanish. So again, government stopped that project, and still that area, if you go, when we visited, we were given shikapai powder. हमने कहा शिकाकाई तो हम क्या करेंगे, तो उन्होंने कहा वैसा कीजिए कि आप अपनी बॉडी जो ओपन जितना पार्ट है उस पर शिकाकाई पाउडर उसको मतलब मल लीजिए पूरा अच्छे से. हमने उससे क्या होगा, बोले आप फॉरेस्ट में जाइए आपको पता लगेगा. जब फॉरेस्ट में गए तो क्या हुआ कि जितने हम लोग मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इन्वायरमेंट का एक डेलीगेशन था, वहां गए तो यहाँ कुछ चुभने लगा, पैर में कुछ चुभने लगा, पता लगा लीचेस, जोंक जो है दे आर वेरी वेरी कॉमन, ट्री से गिरते हैं ऊपर से, और जहां जहां शिकाकाई पाउडर लगा है वहां तो फिसल जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो तो लीच थेरेपी भी है. आपका ब्लड सब कराने के लिए आयुर्वेद में जाइए, देर आर लीचेस जो आपका कहते हैं खराब खून चूस लेता है. तो उन्होंने एक नमक का भी पैकेट दिया हुआ था, तो उन्होंने कहा साहब जहां जहां लीच पकड़ी हुई है वहां नमक डालिए तो छोड़ देगी, नहीं तो आपका खून जो है चूस लेगी. तो whenever you are going in the forested area, one is to be very particular and take the advice of the local forested people, otherwise तो फिर आप कहीं का कहीं पहुंच जाएंगे. So there are challenges, over exploitation that should be controlled, conservation should be there, especially for our medicinal plants, and quality control and adulteration should be checked. Otherwise, whatever we are taking as medicine may prove to be a poison if not correctly identified. So there should be scientific validation. That is very, very important, and quality control of herbal medicines, that is very, very important, and we have to see that their therapeutic efficacy is there. So coming to the last, future is what we should do. Need to develop a traditional knowledge database. Where is the traditional knowledge? It is in our villages with elders, in the tribal areas where headmen are there, medicine men are there. They know about the plants. Then also the intellectual property rights of the tribal people. I mentioned about the Jivani product that tribals are highly benefited. Then surveys should be made. Still, many areas in Himalayan region, who has gone in those areas? Many new species are being described. Arunachal Pradesh, on one hand India is, the other hand China is there. So you are not allowed to go deep into the forested area. Military people will not, army people will not allow you to go. But there are a number of such plants which have never been described. There may be new. So that different ethnic groups, the tribal people, they are to be contacted, and knowledge should come. Because there was no earlier, there was written knowledge. Earlier it was generation to generation. Father told son, son told his son, but after the ethnobotanical surveys, now those things are documented, books have been published. I myself has published that ethnobotany of Santhal Pragar region, also ethnobotany of Simlipal, where we work in the tribal people of the Odisha and Jharkhand region. I visited Bastar area also, where now it is not possible for any person to go in Bastar area. So it is very, very important that we should know more and more about the plants, their efficacy. There may be many chemical constituents. I'm not a chemist. I don't know much about what constituents are there, but we know about the how to identify the plant, and correct identification should be done. Next. So thank you for patient hearing, and I'm thankful to the organizers, the Professor Aritma ji, Jyoti Singh ji, Poonam ji, especially I'm thankful to Puneja ji, who approached me, not this year only, but since past 2-3 years she was inviting, but because of some reason or the other, I was not able to come. But this time, I thought I must come, and because I was so closely associated with Sabtaji, I feel at this time that when I was sitting in the committee room, I was thinking that she will come from the principal office, she will sit, and then we will start our meeting. It is always, that type of personality she was. This moment, I feel that I got this opportunity to come to the institution, and remembering her through my memorial lecture. This is a great honor for me, and thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you. And especially we are happy that Sangeeta is also witnessing this event. We are thankful to you, madam. Okay, thank you very much.
Sir, that was an enlightening and captivating lecture. We sincerely thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. We shall now move on to the interactive session. Students and faculty members are welcome to present their questions to our speaker.
I should come here. चलिए मैं हाँ हाँ बताइए नहीं नहीं ठीक है बाकी भी तो सुन जिज्ञासा है
Thank you, sir, for such an I was totally engrossed because there are so many things which we want to learn, we don't know. Like you diabetes, suppression, copper, yeah, and mention that you can drink that water, but you cannot stop. Uh, so, and if we experience that I this is for strong social medical product. They say uh, can however is it true if they still in the so how this one subside. How
in fact one part is diabetes and the diabetic that cup which is being used. In fact, that is hypoglycemic. That means that may help in reducing the sugar level. Now, if you are taking 500 mg in the morning, 500 mg in the evening metformin or glimepiride, 1 mg or 2 mg, whatever you are taking, then you can reduce that. Instead of 1,000, you can reduce it depending upon how you just check the blood sugar level, and you can reduce the quantity of the allopathic medicine. It is not, you cannot stop it. So that there, these treatments or traditional medicines may help. Similarly, rheumatism, gout, gठिया, osteoporosis, almost many people because of vitamin D deficiency. अभी क्या किसी को भी जो सीनियर लोग हैं उनको तो प्रॉब्लम है, कहीं ना कहीं प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन एलोपैथिक मेडिसिन के साथ होम ये जो आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट्स हैं दे कैन बी टेकन एंड दे आर सेफ आल्सो. ये आपका ये क्वेश्चन था साइड इफेक्ट. In fact, any medicine, if you take raw, that may have side effect. During Corona or even after Corona, many people were taking giloid, that giloid powder, ashwagandha powder. What happened? Later on, their liver was damaged, their kidney was damaged because of the too much of use of giloid and ashwagandha. So I will never recommend that people should take those medicines even after the fever is gone or even after the corona is over, starting from 20 to 23. Almost everybody was confined to their home. Nobody was coming out and taking medicines. There were, of course, different types of medicines were there, but there Ayurveda greatly helped people taking the natural immunity. The main thing was immunity. You have to boost up your immunity, and that these Vilo and Ashwagandha we are doing. But for everyone, it is not important. Like if you take Ashwagandha, many a time it happened that your blood pressure may shoot up. Even people are taking ginseng. Many medicines are available in the market, and it is not for everybody. It is available for men, women, everything. But one should not take it without the proper prescription of the doctor. Otherwise, in India, we all are doctors. कोई बीमारी हो, कुछ भी हो, मेडिकल स्टोर पे गए, भाई सिर दर्द हो रहा है, बदन दर्द है, बुखार है, चलो भाई डोलो ले लो, ये ले लो, मेटासिन ले लो, प्रोसिन ले लो, कुछ भी. So we are treating ourselves. But in other countries of the world, you are not allowed to take any, you will not get any medicine unless you have the prescription of the doctor. So here, Ayurvedic medicines are safe. It is not that, but I would not say take raw. गिलोय ग्रो हो रहा है, ले लो, बस अश्वगंधा और ले लो, कुछ भी ले लो. नो, तो वन हैज टू बी केयरफुल. वही मेन चीज है.
सर वो जो मैंने दूसरा साथ ही पूछा था कि इसके लिए सॉल्यूशन क्या है पास, क्योंकि
You know, the problem is when we are young, we are not suffering of many of the diseases. But with the aging, with the growing age, definitely our system, it is becoming weak and weak. So ultimately what happens? That we are taking medicine for one disease, but at the same time that may affect other organs also. But in Ayurveda, we say Ayurveda is safe. Everywhere it is. But again, one has to be careful in taking which medicine is you are taking, what type of problem you have. Otherwise, you can take any medicine. All medicines are available. कहते हैं अर्जुन की छाल अवेलेबल ले ले खा लो, है ना, कुछ भी खा लो. No. One has to be careful. And now, Google is the doctor. whatever information you want, you can get. Just type AI. अभी तो जितने स्टूडेंट बैठे हैं सब AI यूज कर रहे हैं. Even if you have to ask some questions, again they have seen the AI. Oh, इसका ये क्वेश्चन पूछना है, सर को तो पता ही नहीं होगा ये क्या है ना? तो ये मैंने we know the very, I have been teaching since past 40 years. I know the mentality of the students, and now AI is greatly helping. It is not. So whatever questions you are asking, if you put it there, you will get the solution. That maybe that solution from where it has been taken. It has been taken from the literature. और वो सारा कंपाइल करके AI आपको 1 मिनट में दे देगा. तो वो तो दे दिया उसने. उसके बाद whether it is correct information, whether it should be properly followed or not, that you have to judge. Otherwise तो issues तो हैं with everyone. कोई ऐसा है दुनिया में जिसको कोई परेशानी ना हो? कुछ ना कुछ है.
जी, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
हाँ, बिलीव. आवाज नहीं आ रही है आपकी.
Namaskar, sir. It's an honor and privilege to listen to you, sir. Being a botanist, I've heard you before also, sir, and it has been illuminating here as well. So there's a question I wanted to ask. You are one of the rarest of the taxonomists in India that we have. This is a field which is not preferred by the students because of its complexity. Is AI making a difference? Would it be in terms of plant taxonomy, plant identification? Would it be able to help us? Would it be able to?
Sure. Technology has greatly helped. Earlier, when people started identifying plants, they were not having any microscope, they were not having any lenses, just by the morphological or external features. Slowly and slowly, when more and more sophisticated instruments were available, then the normal microscope, then the scanning electron microscope, transmission electron microscope, many phytochemical extractions were made. We are using SPTLT, so many things. So now, definitely, AI is going to help not only the taxonomists, but also the plant biologists, even physicists or chemists, in every area that is going to help. So I think there is no harm is taking help of AI, because many things we do not know. So it is better to know more about those things. And then earlier, people were going in search of literature and seeing. Now all literature, whatever Charak and whatever Susut wrote, that is available on the net. So that is a great help, and I think AI is going to help in every sphere of life.
Sir. Thank you, sir. So thank you for such a session. So I want to ask the tribe and so the intellectual property so which is related to it. And so when the intellectual property rights are there, so the tribal people are mostly good. So how can we practically use this so that people can these people can actually directions.
Good question. In fact, tribal people, they are not in close contact with the civilized world. Now they are slowly they are coming in contact. When IPR issue is concerned, the tribal people, if some product is made out of the knowledge obtained from the tribal people and there is a benefit, then that monetary benefit will go to the tribal people. I have given one example of that Jivani, where the Kani tribes, they got the share and a lot of money is they are getting as royalty. But when I was visiting different tribal areas, I found that sometimes it is very, very difficult to get the information from the tribal people. They will not reveal the, and when we used to show the plant, this plant is used for which purpose, whether for medicine or wild edible or any other purpose, for fever or jaundice or any other issue. First of all, they will not tell you. They will not reveal the fact. Sometimes they may give wrong information also. So how to verify? Verification was done by meeting different tribal people. Show the same plant. If one person is telling that this is used for fever, you go to another tribal person, ask this, what is this plant used for, which the cure of which disease? If he or she says that it is the, yes, it is for the treatment of fever, you go to another. So there should be some more and more people should tell about that particular plant should be used for a particular disease. Otherwise, if you take only one information and write it, and then you think that some medicine will be prepared and then they will get the benefit, no. So in that case, I have worked in many of the tribal people and they are very, very hesitant to tell anything until unless you meet their head man. There are different, every society has leaders and that controlling that whole tribal population. So that person, they are in contact with other people also. So they will, you take them with you and then go to the village. Otherwise, in Santhal Pragna, when we were trying to know more information about the Pahadia tribe, there are two tribes. One is Santhals, another is Pahadia. Pahadia live on hilltop and Santhal live in valley. So Santhals are cultivating paddy and other things also, but Pahadiyas, they are cultivating only during the rainy season, dibbling they are doing, barbati, that is a plant sold in the market. So when we visited the Pahadiya huts, there are huts, everybody left the hut. The men, women, children, they left, fled. There was nobody in that village. So we contacted one Pahadiya person and then told him that we are not any government official, we are not police people, we want to know more about the plants being used, especially for medicine. Then they started telling, but again I found a person living there, Mr. Mathur. हमने कहा साहब माथुर साहब आप इधर कहाँ से पहाड़ में आ गए? उन्होंने कहा साहब मैं आई केम और फिर मैं यहीं रह गया. He married a Pahadiya woman and he was speaking that local dialect. For us it was very difficult to know what that Pahadiya people are telling. So Mathur was helping us in translating it from their own dialect to Hindi, English. And then Mr. Mathur was from Rajasthan. And he is permanently staying there with the tribal community. कभी कभी हो जाता है ना साधु बन गए, चले गए, किसी के साथ कहीं रह गए, घर वालों को पता ही नहीं कहाँ गए. But fortunately we found and he greatly helped us in getting. So as far as IPR is concerned, I think all tribals should get the benefit sharing. But again, if that is translated into the medicine, preparation of medicine, otherwise if only knowledge will not help. So I think there are many, even we have seen that if there is any problem, broken bone or anything there, we normally go to orthopedic surgeon. immediately. But the tribal people, they do not know about those things. So they use either bamboo, just they put there and they tie it up properly, or there is a plant, hadjod, haddi jod. So they use paste of that plant and use it. So they have their own system of medicine. You cannot say it is Ayurvedic or Unani or Siddha, homeopathy, but they have their own system. And I say that they are doing all this practice in a parallel way. Our civilized society, we have Ayurveda and other systems, but again, and they have their own system of care. And their children, this, bidi patta, it has a fruit. So I have seen tribal people eating that fruit. So I asked that, how you are eating this? I said, it's very tasty. You also try it. Now we are very hesitant about taking anything new. कभी भी even whether it is a vegetable or any fruit, कोई ड्रैगन फ्रूट, कोई ये फ्रूट, 1000 तरह के फ्रूट हैं, लेकिन हम लोग हेजिटेंट रहते हैं, जो हम खाते हैं वही हम प्रेफर करते हैं. तो देखा वो खा रहा है, तो हमने कहा भाई इसका मतलब इट इज नॉट पॉइजनस, एंड आई ऑल्सो टेस्टेड दैट. सो all these things, there are many plants. अभी हम लोगों ने नेशनल एकेडमी ऑफ साइंसेज ये पब्लिश्ड a book on wild vegetables. Normally we are eating क्या है, पालक है, चौलाई है, बथुआ है, normally we are, but there are large number of plants. Whole book has been published by Rupa Publishers. That wild vegetables, करनी का साग है, ये हजारों तरह की इस तरह की चीजें हैं which we don't know, not using regularly, but they are available in some areas. आप बॉम्बे मार्केट में चले जाइए और कहीं मार्केट में you'll find many type of leafy vegetables. That is very good for health. Iron की प्रॉब्लम हो और प्रॉब्लम हो, people are taking that, but we are not aware. We prefer only जो हमको मालूम है वही खाएंगे, otherwise no. ठीक है. हाँ बोलो. I think give her a mic. ज्यादा टाइम तो नहीं ले लिया मैंने.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Sir, I just want to ask, as you shared, कि like हमें आयुर्वेदा की जो होती है like थोड़ी बहुत, and we don't have proper knowledge about that. And yet, as you even said, just for even diabetes also, जैसे मैम ने भी पूछा था आपसे कि अगर आप आयुर्वेदा मेडिसिन ले रहे हैं डायबिटीज के लिए, आपने साथ में एलोपैथिक भी यूज किया है, तो लाइक हमारे कुछ साइंटिफिक ऐसे क्या चेंजेस आ रहे हैं कि have proper Ayurvedic medicines for patients, and let's say even cancer, we prefer the allopathic treatment. So how can we just overcome these scientific challenges and whatever we have, because of maybe knowledge and maybe because of that knowledge of herbs and everything. So how can कि हम जो allopathic medicines है उसको proper medicinal उसमें ला सकें patients के लिए भी, like उनको अवॉइड करने के लिए कि वो allopathic का यूज कम करके आयुर्वेदा में आए.
Yes. You mentioned about the treatment of cancer. In fact, what is cancer? It is the uncontrolled division of cells. And if you arrest that uncontrolled growth of the cells, then again you can treat it. So, first of all, one has to go to a practicing Ayurveda person. It is not that somebody has told that take that root of that plant and leaf of that plant and make a decoction and drink and you will be cured of cancer. No. First of all, detection of cancer at first stage. People normally, they are diagnosed after fourth stage because they are not aware that whatever problems are in the body, it is because of the cancer. So if I would suggest for everyone, if you are facing any problem, immediately one should go to the doctor and find out whether whatever suspicion you have in mind, that whether it is diabetes or cancer or any disease, there should not be a problem. So both medicines can be taken safely. There is no issue. But again, under the treatment of the right type of practitioner and doctor. It is cure is for everything. All, somebody asked that which plant is medicinally important. So it is said that every plant is medicinally important until unless you know the property and the efficacy of the plant, what type of plant it is to be used.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is,
हाँ, कौन बोल रहा है?
sir, me.
हाँ,
My-
हाँ.
Sir, my question is that how can we young student like us contribute to the research that bridges traditional medicinal knowledge with modern drug development?
You know, as far as young students are concerned, first of all, if you are a student of biology, so from the very beginning you know the difference. But if you are in physics or in chemistry or other areas, definitely you have the chance. You can learn at any moment. It is not that branch has nothing to do. I must say that if you are interested in plant, then again you have to see the literature, you have to listen the lectures of the Ayurvedic practitioners, meet the persons who are dealing with, and then you can start thinking about if somebody has land at home, they can grow certain plants, they are in great demand. We have medicinal plant board where they have prioritized certain plants. If you cultivate those plants, then they will help you in selling those products. So we are using it. People use muesli in their morning breakfast and others. But again, we are not we do not think about from where it is coming, where there is a demand of these things or not. So if you are interested, definitely, I think students who are enthusiastic like you can go and read more and more. You have mobile in your hand, AI is available. If you know more about a plant, definitely, or Ayurveda or anything. And again, opportunities. You can also ask AI what are the opportunities in medicinal plant industry.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for enriching our knowledge about Ayurveda. As a student of botany, I was very curious to ask one question. Like you talked about ashwagandha, and due to leaching of chemicals in the soil, even though that like our pH is changing and all, due to the presence of chemicals in the soil, how can it affect the plant that the plant provides benefit to us? And if so, how can we control this plant is grown bad thing that we can't get benefit from that?
Okay, good. In fact, you are talking of ashwagandha.
All the plants that provide benefit to us.
Yeah, okay. So there are two parts of it. One is cultivation, other part is wild. So those plants which are growing in wild habitats, the soil in the forested area is most conducive for the growth of that plant. They are luxuriantly growing with long roots, branched roots, and the microbes or other organic matter available in the soil, they are available there. But when you are cultivating it, definitely that what type of fertilizers you are giving, what type of soil is there, and moreover, if you start collecting ashwagandha from different habitats, you collect from Rajasthan, you collect from Uttarakhand, you collect from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, anywhere. there are chemotypes. Chemotypes are there where the constituent quantity concentration may vary depending upon the soil conditions, depending upon the climate. So it varies. So that's why we say, if you want ashwagandha, a best quality, go to this area, collect, or supply is there. So it is always, of course, that greatly affects. Nowadays, again, we are talking of climate change. Everybody is talking of climate change, that our crops, the temperature will go up, whether we will, our present crops will survive or not. So agriculture scientists are working to develop certain new varieties which can withstand the high temperature and high carbon dioxide. So definitely, soil conditions are very important. एक एग्जाम्पल हम बताते हैं, बासमती. हम लोग बासमती जमाने से आज भी नाम सुन रहे हैं. बासमती ऑफ देहरादून, इट हैज एरोमा, बहुत बढ़िया खुशबू. टेक गो टू पंजाब, देयर इज अ लॉन्ग ग्रेन्स बट नो खुशबू, नो एरोमा. So it is all because of the climatic conditions and soil conditions and micronutrients available. लीची क्यों ही बिहार मुजफ्फरपुर की अच्छी लगती है, बड़ी लगती है, क्यों नहीं वो यहाँ हम दिल्ली में ग्रो करते हैं और नहीं होता है. और इफ दोज हु आर ग्रोन इन सहारनपुर, तो उसमें देखिए इतने बड़े बड़े सीड हो जाते हैं. बट सीडलेस लीची इज अवेलेबल देयर इन मुजफ्फरपुर. So there are certain conditions for every crop. So for every plant, that is, the conditions are important, and we have to think about that. The last thing or message for it, that we should judiciously use the plants, not that you just keep on harvesting, over exploitation. Plants will vanish and nothing will be available for us as medicine or food. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
हाँ.
Thank you.
अभी एक और है भाई.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, people in this modern generation still think that allopathic medicines are better than Ayurvedic, and still people use allopathic medicines and treatments more than Ayurvedic medicines. Then, what are the reasons that people still believe on allopathic medicines more than Ayurvedic? Because, sir, I personally think that there are many fake copies in the market in which that outer label is similar than the original one, but the inside product is very harmful for us. If you apply it on skin or we take it, it might be harmful for us. Then what are the reasons for to use Ayurvedic medicines very carefully, or what?
Yeah. When we are taking allopathic medicine, those medicines have been manufactured to affect a particular organ. If you are taking any medicine for the treatment of liver or kidney or heart disease or anything, that will directly affect that organ. Organ is specific medicine. Suppose you are taking any medicine for cancer, that will affect the cancer cells at a particular region of the body. But if you are taking Ayurvedic medicine, then it is not standardized that it will work only on that particular organ. It may work, of course, efficacy may be there, may work, but there may be some side effects also. So for allopathic medicine also side effects are there. If you are taking any medicine for blood pressure, hypertension, it is not only that it will only control the blood pressure, but also it may affect other organs also. So one has to be careful. Combination is there, one can take medicines in combination, but again, if somebody is suffering from high fever, you will not wait for Ayurveda or homeopathy or other system, but you will directly go to the allopathic medicine just to treat the high fever. So there are, in body, if somebody had typhoid, so there are specific medicines made to work against particular microbes. So that is the advantage of allopathic medicine, that immediate effect. You get relief immediately. Otherwise, you have to wait if you are taking homeopathy or allopathic or other medicine.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful explanation.
Oh.
Sir, I request to you to select the best 3 questions for the prize distribution.
So I never thought that who is the best. In my opinion, all were best. So whether you have
All the students who ask questions, come to the front desk.
how many are there? You have 3, 4, 5. Everything is same or different? First, second, third, same. So there is no issue. I was thinking that somebody will gold, somebody will get silver, bronze. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many are here? 5. Oh, great. So I especially congratulate you for wonderful questions you have in mind. इसके ऊपर ट्रेड कॉलेज और स्टैम्प कुछ लगा दीजिए और नेक्स्ट टाइम से जब हो
I'm Radha from DSC Body. Thank you. Yes.
अच्छा इसीलिए क्वेश्चन पूछ रही हो
I am Anshul from BSc Physics second year.
चलिए पूरे सॉल्व करिए
Kashish from BSc Botany Science.
Now I realize that. You are
I'm Harshita, third year from BSc Physics Science. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. As we draw this memorable event to an end, we express our heartfelt gratitude to all who contributed to the success of today's program. This day marks not only an enriching academic exchange, but also a profound tribute to Dr. Datta on her 71st birth anniversary. Her life and work continue to inspire us to uphold the value of excellence, dedication, and service in the field of education. On behalf of the Department of Physics, I'm honored to be delivering. First and foremost, I take this opportunity to thank our respected Principal Ma'am, Professor Harita Chopra, for her constant guidance and support. Her dedication is forever inspiring. I now extend my sincere thanks to our distinguished speaker our Vice Principal Ma'am, our faculty colleagues, staff, and students for their presence and participation. A special thanks is due to Mr. Abhishek for the technical help throughout this event. With this, we formally conclude the proceedings of the lecture 2025. We invite you all to join us for refreshments, and students are requested to fill the feedback form and be seated. You can collect the refreshment coupons from Dr. Vivek Prajapati. Thank you.